Hi everyone, welcome home. Hope you're doing all well. I'm just going to have a quick ginger thin here. These are really nice when you dip them in with milk. And now I hope you're all enjoying the holiday season. I just wanted to share a little video with you because a couple months ago I purchased this oddly shaped case. It was on a listing on Facebook Marketplace, and I think I talked the guy down to like 20 or 30 bucks. I said, hey, I'll take the case. He didn't have an instrument with it. I think it was for some sort of bass. I wasn't sure, but I thought I could probably stick something in there. I wasn't sure what would fit in it because he only had like one picture on Facebook Marketplace. So I went and picked it up, 20, 30 bucks. None of my instruments fitted, of course. And now I looked at it and I'm thinking, well, I've got this oddly shaped case and I've got to put something in it. So I figured I would just build an instrument to fit in there. So what I'm actually going to be doing is, let's open this up. I'll be combining parts from some different instruments here. So I'll be using a banjo neck, which does fit in there a pretty particular way, so I'm going to have to be careful with my measurements. It's kind of hilarious that I'm making an instrument specifically to fit a case, but I think that's the homework for today, and I thought it'd just be a fun project. So I'll be starting with a banjo neck, 5-string, and not an Eastman. I wouldn't mess up an Eastman. I found basically the worst mandolin I could get with the most decent parts. So this is a New York Pro mandolin, which from a distance looks alright. I wanted to get something that had pretty nice stage presence, as I'll probably just take this around and use it performances. I may install a pickup in here as well. And it'd be something that would just be fun to use in performances. Gigs here and there, I can use it in recordings as well. So what I'm actually going to do is remove the neck from this mandolin, and it's terrible. This is awful. This is a terrible instrument. It's got terrible setup. The bridge is awful. It doesn't feel very good to play, and it's the way it's set up as well. If you can see the strings, they're all equidistant, so there is no real separation. So it was never really properly set up. The bridge is nasty. You know, the parts. It's rattling, the whole thing's rattling all over the place. So it's pretty nasty. It's a gross. It's the second grossest mandolin I've ever played. So it's not great, and I thought it's perfect for this project because I don't want to ruin a decent mandolin, but I also know what very cheap student entry-level mandolins, and I know what things are like even below that, very cheap like factory Chinese mandolins are just disgusting. They're so gross. You wouldn't ever, like, you wouldn't give that to your worst enemy. So this one, I'm confident in using this as a base for my modification. I'll be removing the neck, and we'll be sitting the banjo neck. So it'll look a little something like that once we're all done. And you know, whether or not it fits in the case, I'm sure I can sort of make it work or whatever. But this is how it's gonna be once it's all said and done. And there exist wood body banjos already. Gold Tone makes a banjola. There are not any in stock anywhere in Australia. There are some in the United States of America. God bless them, they have all of the good instruments in stock, and Australia gets so few. So, yeah, because I can't find a banjola here in Australia, I'm not likely to ever see one in stock. I figured I would just kind of make my own, you know, and it's not going to be the same thing as purchasing, you know, a Gold Tone banjola, but I think this is just a fun project to work on, and something that actually looks quite distinct and interesting. I had combined a banjo neck, an awful Lee Rowe, and a terrible Rogue mandolin body. That was just a quick test run, and it is plausible, it does work out. But that was just a test project with some parts that were already pretty messed up. So You know, like this is a Carrera neck. Carrera makes basically the worst banjos, but they're excellent project instruments. I would not recommend Carrera to a student or anyone just starting out and learning. Um, the bass sort of quality banjos, you're going to have to go up from Carrera. I think Carrera, Caraya. A mate of mine picked up a Carrera, and I had a close look at it. I didn't actually. I should ask if I could borrow it so I can do a review. But they make decent quality instruments, especially for entry level and if you're just starting out. So Carrera again are awful instruments, so I have no qualms with using them as project parts. So these are great for project parts, and I'll be doing some surgery here, carefully removing that and getting this guy attached. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a whole lot of fun. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it yet. I did a bit of a butcher job on the other one as I was just experimenting as you do. But I'll make this one look pretty. I'll do what I can because I would like to perform with it. So I think it would look kind of neat. The banjo neck with that F-style body. I think that'd be fun.